Hi there, I'm Bobbie Daniel, and today I wanted to talk to you about the caucus process. How do we pick our candidates? How do we get there from November to primary to caucus, that whole process? Oftentimes we're so concerned about November, but really that process starts way in the spring. So today I really wanted to share with you how to do the process of picking political candidates. How do candidates get on the ballot? There's two ways a candidate can get on the ballot. One is through the petition process. They have to reach a certain level of signatures to get onto the ballot. The other way is through the caucus process. And again, that's a smaller group of people who are advocating for their candidate that they would like to see through neighborhood meetings, county assemblies, state conventions, and then also at the national convention. So what is a caucus? It has a funny name, but basically all it is a neighborhood meeting. And so you'll find out where your neighborhood meeting is. Your county party will do that. They'll send out the location. 12 days they'll post it. And you can find your neighborhood meeting, which is also known as the caucus. What happens at a caucus? You'll go into the school or the public meeting, public area, and they'll ask for your name, your address, and then they'll point you to the right direction of which classroom your actual meeting will be. And then you walk in and you'll probably see some of your neighbors that you know. You make some friends, people you didn't know, but everyone in that meeting is registered with that party. And then you'll go into that meeting, you'll talk about what kind of candidates you want, maybe some resolutions that you want to put forth to change your party platform, and that's where you'll elect delegates. So what is a delegate? A delegate is just normal people, just like me and you, who want to have a larger say in what candidates make the ballot. And also, you want to be able to influence your party, the direction it's going, and really be the change you want to see. So what does it mean to be a delegate? When I become a delegate, I have more opportunities and more votes. I'm not just voting in the general election. I'm voting all the way through the year to support candidates that really resonate with me. I'm advocating for the values and the candidates that I love. So you get to vote for candidates at a local level, all the way to state level, and even on a national level. Now we understand how powerful delegates can be. How do I become a delegate? So you'll walk into your caucus, you'll give them your name, your address, and when you're in that meeting, you're talking about what's important to you, where you want the country to be, what kind of things you want the party to represent, what kind of candidates you want to represent you. And then you'll raise your hand, you'll tell everybody your background and why you want to be a delegate, why you want to move forward. And then they'll put your names on the chalkboard. Once they have everybody that's wanted to be a delegate, then the neighborhood meeting, you'll vote on those delegates. And whoever makes the vote moves on to the next level. Why is a caucus important? This is grassroots, basic civic duty at the lowest, best level, and it's oftentimes the most important. So if you're frustrated with your party, if your party has left you, if you do not like the direction the country is going in, this is for you. You can be a part of the caucus process and be the change that you want to see. So how do I know if I'm registered to vote? So what you want to do is go to the Secretary of State and they'll ask for your address, and then it will pull up your voter registration. And then you can see where you're registered to vote and which major party you're affiliated. If you're unaffiliated, then you can affiliate with a major party to be part of the caucus process. If you're unaffiliated, you can be involved in the primary process, but you can't necessarily be a voting member or a delegate in the caucus process. What is the party platform? You can do a party platform of each of the major parties and find out which best suits you. You know, oftentimes it'll be an 80-20 rule. You'll have 80% is you, maybe 20 is not you, but that's okay. Affiliate whichever party represents you the most, and then you can really come in, caucus, be the change that you want to see. Participating in caucus is your opportunity to drive change. Independent and unaffiliated, it does mean in Colorado that you can vote in the primary. But you have to vote for candidates that are already picked for you. So being an independent, you're often removed from the process of selecting those candidates and being there at a grassroots level to direct where you want the party structure to be, what you want it to stand for, and what candidates you want to represent you in the primary. What is a precinct? Well, our precincts got a little changed because of the census that just came out. Those precincts are based on population. The goal is to have less than 2,000 people in a precinct. So those maps have just been finalized, and you can find your precinct location if you do an internet search that is your county and then precinct maps. That will populate usually a GIS system where you can put in your address. Once you put your address in there, your precinct number will populate. So we need to understand how the process, how do candidates get baked onto that ballot in November 2022? So we really want to start with, it starts in the spring. You've got to register to vote, pick your party affiliation, go to your caucus. After your caucus, the county assembly happens, then the state convention happens, and then on presidential election years, we have our national process, the national convention. And that's really how we get our candidates. So instead of complaining, get involved. Take your neighbors, your friends with you to get involved. Figure out the process so you can see how important it is to be a delegate, so you can get the candidates that you want on that ballot. I'm Bobbie Daniel. I hope this leaves you empowered and ready to be engaged at a local level.